One night, 10-year-old Jack was reading a book in his room, and strange noises started coming from outside. At first, it sounded like the wind, but something was different. Jack felt uneasy. He walked to the window and looked outside. The apartment was quiet. The street lamp cast a calm yellow light on the ground. Just as he was about to return to his book, he heard a faint whisper from downstairs. Jack. Someone was whispering his name. Jack froze in his bed. He slowly walked toward the door and pressed his ear against it. Silence. Who could it be at this hour? He thought. After a moment of hesitation, he decided to sneak downstairs to check. The hallway was dark, and each of his footsteps echoed in the silence. When Jack reached the bottom floor, he noticed the front door was slightly open, its hinges creaking softly. A cold breeze hit his face as his heart raced faster. Standing by the door, he could see the old school building across the street. Strangely, the windows were glowing with light. There was movement inside the building. Even though it was so late, this wasn't normal. Jack stood there, watching the flickering lights for a few seconds. A shiver ran down his spine. Could someone be inside? He thought. Curiosity overcame his fear, and Jack carefully stepped out of the apartment, walking toward the school. Each step made the building seem larger and darker. The empty street echoed with his footsteps. As he got closer, he started hearing a faint melody coming from one of the classrooms. It was strange, considering no one should be in the school at this hour. Reaching the main door of the school, Jack hesitated for a moment before pushing it open. The door groaned as it moved. Inside, the hallway was dark, except for a faint light coming from a classroom at the far end. Jack's footsteps echoed loudly as he walked toward the light, his heart pounding faster with each step. His eyes adjusted to the dim light, and he noticed old, faded posters on the walls and scattered objects that made the school look almost abandoned. When Jack reached the classroom door, he peeked through the crack. Inside, the figure was sitting at a desk. The figure wore a black suit, its back turned toward him. Jack took a deep breath and cautiously pushed the door open. Stepping inside, the figure didn't move. "Excuse me, ... Isn't the school closed?" Jack whispered. No response. He walked closer, and when he got to the side of the figure, his heart nearly stopped. The person had no face, just a smooth, blank surface. Jack froze. His legs trembled, his heart racing. He wanted to run, but his feet wouldn't move. At that moment, the classroom door slammed shut with a loud bang. The darkness grew even deeper. Suddenly, Jack heard a whisper from behind him. "Jack, you found me." The whisper echoed, deep and haunting. Jack didn't dare turn around. The classroom light flickered and then went out, leaving him in complete darkness. Desperate, Jack rushed to the door, frantically trying to open it, but it was locked. As he struggled, he felt a cold breeze pass by his feet. "I need to get out of here," he thought, panicking as he tugged at the door, but it wouldn't budge. In the pitch-black room, Jack suddenly noticed a small flickering light in the center of a candle. As soon as he saw it, a shadow appeared in the corner of the room. It began to move, slowly approaching him. The closer it got, the more distinct it became. Just as the shadow loomed over him, a loud ringing echoed through the room. But it wasn't a school bell. Jack shot up in bed, gasping for breath. He looked around. Was it all a dream? But when he glanced toward his window. He saw the lights in the school were still on.